What's going on, YouTube? First time going live. Jamaica son Jamrock in the house. So yeah, just here to talk about some things that goes on in Jamaica and how things are different in Jamaica to different places of the world. I've done a video that things are different in Jamaica, so I'm following up on that video. With that said, I'm gonna highlight some things that goes on. See, Jamaica is a place like this where, for me as a Jamaican person, when I go home or go to Jamaica, it doesn't matter what is going on, it doesn't matter how much money you have in your pocket. Once you hit the soil of Jamaica, once you come, that plane landed and you step off that aircraft, your mindset, you know what I mean? You feel like you feel like the pressures of life just alleviate from you. You just feel comfortable. You just feel like, yeah, this is the land of my birth. You know, Louis Bennett and Oliver Samuel and the greats. You just feel like I am home. I am at that place. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Your mindset is just relaxed, And again, you know what? Some time ago, I take some friend of mine. Well, I didn't really take them. So I met up with some friend of mine from the UK in Jamaica. And I was at home at one point, and my mate was staying at the Rio. I think it was Rio Riviera. One of them Rio out in Witters Plaza area. So he rang me up and he says, hey, he hit me up on Facebook and he said, hey, what's going on, mate? You want to go for lunch? And I thought, yeah, why not? I'm here. I was just mooching around on the sofa, not doing anything in particular, maybe watching Netflix or playing Xbox. So it was a good move. He rang me, he hit me up and I said, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to show him Jamaica because I think this was the first time he and his wife was in Jamaica. So what I did, I went and get him by the hotel that he was staying. And if you're flying down to Jamaica, if you have a friend in Jamaica or a local in Jamaica, hello Gabby, hi, how you doing? If you have a friend in Jamaica and you fly into Jamaica. If you flew into Jamaica and you have a friend in Jamaica, you will have you'll have a better experience. Hello, Hamid. How you doing? You all right? Nice, man. Victorano, big up yourself. Jamaica son Jamrock, thanks for tuning in. So I'm just giving a story regarding one of the time I was down in Jamaica. And a friend of mine was also on the island. And, he hit me up. I was home just chilling out. Because when I'm in Jamaica, the sun, if you're from Cyprus or you're from anywhere in the world that is hot, Jamaica is much hotter by, yeah, it is hot. So, I got a friend, one of my mates was from, Englishman, he's in Jamaica, he and his wife, and he hit me up, he said, hey, mate, you want to, Kirsty Smith, big up yourself, thanks for tuning in. So, my friend, he hit me up and he said to me, hey, you want to go for lunch? Because he's a guy that likes Ritz Cafe. Everywhere he goes in the world, he tried to get some souvenir from Ritz Cafe. Ruslan, big up. Thanks for tuning in. So he hit me up and he said to me, hey mate, you want to go for lunch? And I said, yeah, of course, why not? So I went and picked him up by the hotel. I think he was staying in one of the popular hotels down by Witter Plaza out in Iron Shore. I think it's called Rio. And I picked him up. We went. I show him locally. I just show him the town around, get him some jelly coconut. Just let him see how hello. Okay, Russia. Big up yourself, brother. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, man. Peace and love, all right? So I took my friend over. He came in and I took him locally. So let me start over. Let me start over because a few people are tuning in. And so for me, Jamaica son Jamrock, thank you guys for your subscription. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking my videos, even some of the shots and all of these things. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it a lot. It's something that when we come online, content creators, sometimes when we have work, because this is not my job, this is my side hobby. So I come up here to entertain sometimes and just share some content. So background, Jamaican, living in England. I always welcome people to Jamaica, let them see our culture, our food, our music, and our lifestyle. And there are times when, I might have a friend from the UK who is landed in Jamaica or has landed in Jamaica, and I like to show them around and show them the culture and let them feel as if they're at home. And so my mate, he rang me up or he hit me up on Facebook to say, mate, I mean, what you want to do, you want to do lunch. So what I did, I went and get him, and I took him around locally, get him some coconut, some sugar cane, just locally, let him see the local vibe and the local people, see what Jamaica is about. Then we went to Ritz Cafe and we had lunch. Then I took him back to the house and we had a little chat. Maybe, I think we had a beer or something like that. And then I took him back to the hotel. But sometimes the world sees our little island as something to, I don't know. Jamaica got this big influence. We have Usain Bolt, we have Bob Marley, yeah, we have reggae, and reggae was born from ska. It was rock steady. It was born from these things. So we got reggae. Then from the genre reggae, then we have dancehall. And you're talking about Sean Paul, who is well known in the international scene. You have Shaggy, who is also well known as a dancehall artist, not a reggae artist. So Jamaica, for what it is very influential before the reggae music, the dancehall music. And remember, these things have came from ska, rocksteady, and it comes up back, to where we are now in the 21st century. And I think for me personally, Jamaica have a lot to offer. Jamaica is a developing country. Jamaica is like the capital of the Caribbean. And the vibe, the food, the culture, the people, the music is just out of this world. I think yearly they have a reggae concert in Germany. You'll find old school reggae artists. I'm not talking Peter Tosh because he's long gone, but I'm talking reggae artists. You'll maybe have Jimmy Cliff also is, one of our foundation musician. So these are the things that we are, Jamaica is giving to the world when it comes to track and field. Track and field is like our number one export, different from tourism. It's a place in which, what can I say? The influence is there in the world, and I know that a lot of people admire Jamaicans. And it's something that when you grow up as a Jamaican, you have this warm-heartedness to everybody that you encounter. So when you come into a country or you exposed to the world at large, you still carry that warm-heartedness. and show people that, hey, I'm your friend, I'm your brother, I'm here for you. And, it's something that we have. It's innate. It's within us. It's something that we will not abandon. Because you can tell a Jamaican anywhere in the world. And if you want to know a Jamaican, because there's a lot of countries and people who wants and likes to be Jamaica. Guys, it's there was a time when we used to got reggae sumfest. We got reggae sumfest, we got Sting. And this is how big and this is how Jamaica is. With Sting, you had two Japanese guys, Naki and Saltfish, who used to come to Jamaica religiously for Sting. And you're asking yourself, what does these guys know? But lo and behold, I didn't know that Jamaica had the reggae and the dancehall scene was big. In Joe 6, at the moment I'm not in Jamaica, but I'm Jamaican. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace and love. But what I can say, there was a time when they got two Japanese guys that used to religiously come to Jamaica every year for Sting. And you would be surprised how big the dancehall and the music industry of Jamaica has touched the world. There is a singer called Eka Mouse. I think he lives somewhere in the Netherlands. And also, yearly you have this reggae concert that goes on in Germany. You find, like I said, Bob Marley to the world. It doesn't matter where you're from in this world. Bob Marley. If it's not One Love is Three Little Bird or No Woman No Cry, but it's something from the genre of reggae music. And sometimes I think Jamaica get a bad rep and a bad rap, but like anywhere else in the world, we you will have issues or situations where the world might say, oh, or your government might say, don't travel to Jamaica. But Jamaica is not somewhere that a foreigner should be feeling fearful or feel as if they are unwelcome, because our motto is out of many one people. And Jamaica, you'll be surprised that you got Chinese Jamaican, you've got Hindu Jamaicans, you've got black Jamaicans. And I know, because of slavery, about 1995 to 98% of the population is black. But our population is very mixed, and our motto is out of many one people. So you got Irish Jamaicans, you've got Scottish Jamaicans. It doesn't matter where you are, but Jamaica influence carries a whole different level. From the music with Bob Marley, then we have track and field. And if you look into history, you'll find that a lot of our track stars, even if they represented other countries, they were Jamaicans. Donald Corey, Jamaican. But then when you think about the modern athletics or athletes, you got your Usain Bolt, you got your Shelley and Fraser. You got all these people, you got, what came in and make a precedence as to what we represent. But it's not just about sports and music, it's about culture, food, the welcome that Jamaicans will give you. So my friends, I'm just here to expand and what I know. So there are times when you might say, so as a Jamaican living in the United Kingdom, what is the difference between the two countries and how do you find it? See, as a Jamaican living in the United Kingdom, to me personally, because Jamaica is colonized by England, and our laws, our language is English as a Jamaican. Yes, we've got a local dialect, which is patois, but our first language is English. That is a recognized language for the day. And you might say, then how do you find it living in England as a Jamaican? And I can tell you this: you might have your struggles or your obstacles, but it's not much different. That's the laws. We drive on the same side of the road. The only thing with Jamaica, our food got seasoning and flavor. Yeah, it has seasoning, flavor, and people might laugh and says, "Well, rice and peas and jerk chicken." But at the end of the day, it's so different when it comes down to how we eat. Yeah, but for Jamaican living in England, I think the biggest issue for us is the weather. Because sometimes you've been down in Jamaica and 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like 26 degrees. 2 a.m. in the morning, 26 degrees. So if your air can stop working, you're fried. But then on the flip side, you are in England and the winter system and the weather system just demolish you. But guys, I'm gonna tune out now. Like I said, first time going live, never done it before. Next time I'm coming on, I will choose a topic and we will discuss that topic. If you want to see me come back, then you can just press like, share, and subscribe. Or you can say, yeah, Jamaica son, give me a topic that you want me to speak about if there's something that you want to know. If you want to know the contrast between living in England, living in Jamaica, or if I've seen other places of the world, how would I compare them? Just put them in the comment section and I will comment. I will speak about it. But for those who have tuned in briefly and move on, just want to say thank you. Like, share, subscribe. It's a new channel. I'm trying to grow it. I'm not on as I should be because I've got my work that I do that take up most of my time. But if YouTube is fostering and what I would say, encouraging me to come on more, then I'll come on. Maybe I'll even give up my job and be a YouTuber full time. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, whether it's live or a video. Peace and love.